Hey guys, this is Dr. Haywood. Today I'm at Grand Canyon National Park. I am actually on the North Rim. I've been coming to the park for 25 years. I've backpacked all across the South Rim, over 1,000 miles, spent a couple months worth of nights in the Grand Canyon, but I've never been on the north side. It's pretty isolated. You have to drive a long way through a lot of forest to get here. The Grand Canyon is about 270 miles long, and it's up to 10 miles wide in places, and it's just a whole labyrinth, a network of canyons, and it's over a mile deep. It's just immense. When you stand on the rim, you're just kind of stunned at how deep and big it is, and you're only seeing a piece of it. It just keeps going and going. That mountain right out over there is San Francisco Peak, and it sits just north of Flagstaff, Arizona. And so we're in the northern part of Arizona. To get here, you have to drive through all this forest. Ponderosa pine, just beautiful forests and meadows, which you don't really think about with Arizona. Full of buffalo herds and elk herds and deer. But the canyon's really, really deep. It just goes down, down, down forever. And this is one of the back canyons. The main canyon is out there farther, but I'm gonna walk you over to the rim and show you kind of a view looking out across here. It's in the evening. My wife and I are here. We're gonna hike, not backpack, all the way across the canyon. So we'll drop about 5,000, 6,000 feet down to the river over 15 miles, and then we'll cross the river on a footbridge and then go up the other side about 10 miles and sleep on the south rim. We're gonna stay in a lodge there, kind of like these are. And then we're gonna turn around on Saturday and come all the way back through again. So a lot of hiking over the next few days. It's kind of hazy because of the forest fires going on in California and different places. But I'll show you what it looks like out here. It's pretty cool. I'm going to be hiking down that canyon down there, all the way to the river down at the bottom. The Colorado River cuts through the bottom of the canyon, and like I said, the whole network of canyons is about 270 miles long. The south rim is over there on the horizon, and there's a little village there that has lodgings and a little store and places to eat and stuff in the middle of a bunch of forest just like this. So it's a lot of hiking, and it'll be a lot of fun doing that all in one day, going all the way across. There's nowhere to cross the canyon for 270 miles, so it's a vast desert wilderness down there, and it's the only place to cross is down at the bottom here of this canyon. In the very bottom there's 2 footbridges, and I'll film down there tomorrow when we cross around midday. It's pretty awesome. There's no roads in here. Cars and vehicles aren't allowed in here. You have to hike or run, or in some places you can ride a horse or a burro. So I'll film some more at different segments of this adventure the next 2 days, but it's a beautiful place to come visit if you ever get a chance. Hey guys, so it's the next morning, and we were way up on the rim last night, out on one of those points, and then we've hiked 2 miles down through here on a trail much like this one. Hopefully you can see it in the video. There's my wife Brandy.
Yep, I am your wife.
And we're headed down this trail I'm gonna show you down through this canyon. There was a cool, those guys just popped out right there, but there was a cool tunnel right there that we got to go through. But this is the trail, some kind of drop-offs and ledges here, but the trail goes down, you can see it winding down through the canyon there. It just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. It drops about 6,000 feet, 5 to 6,000 feet, all the way down to the Colorado River in the bottom. That's probably where I'll film next, is crossing those footbridges down there. It's pretty cool. So the only 2 footbridges in 270 miles of the Grand Canyon. No roads. You got to walk down here if you want to be down here. So it's really quiet. Really pretty place to see the stars. So we're trying to hike as far as we can before the warm sun comes out. So we're going 24 miles today, all the way up to the other side. So. Hey guys, we're about halfway down to the bottom. We've gone almost 7 miles and we have to go about 14 or 15. So we've been hiking 2 hours to go those 7 miles. Way, way, way up on the rim. You can't see it anymore. Even that rim is not where we came from. And we're just dropping through all these layers of the Earth's crust. It's kind of cool. And then there's water down in the bottom sometimes from springs. And so sometimes there'll be rivers down at the bottom of this desert canyon. One of the cool things here is these agaves. They call them 100-year plants. It used to be thought that this plant would grow for 100 years and then this big stalk would bloom right out of it. There's a dead one. That one's still green a little bit. And they'll bloom with these flowers, but it takes about 30 years, then all of a sudden they'll send up this stalk. And you can see old ones scattered throughout here. They bloom and then they scatter some seeds, and then the whole plant dies. But it's pretty cool because it takes so long for the plant to grow and get ready, and then boom, it sends up that stalk that grows, and that's it. The cool thing about hiking down in the canyon is you're passing through all these different layers of granite and sandstone and different layers, and kind of you're in a geologic history lesson as you pass down through all these layers from the earth forming. It's pretty cool. So anyway, here we go. All right guys, we're down in the bottom of the canyon. Been hiking 16 miles. Took about 5 hours to get down here. Started at 5:30 in the morning and now it's 10:30. But you can't even see the rims of the canyon. That looks like the rim way up there, but that's only about halfway up. But looking around, we're tucked deep into the canyon here. And this rock is called Vishnu schist. And it's a type of granite. And it's some of the oldest exposed rock in the world because this is just a huge gash in the Earth's crust. The Grand Canyon is. This is the Colorado River. And that's what cut the Grand Canyon, that and other tributaries. Just upstream, a couple hundred miles or so, the Green River comes in and it feeds the Colorado River. And the Green River originates in Wyoming, up in the Wind River Range up there, north of Pinedale. So I'm gonna walk you out on this bridge. For 270 miles, there's no roads or bridges that cross the Grand Canyon anywhere, except this footbridge, and then one I'll show you from there. It's just over there. It's an old black iron footbridge that you can walk across as well, coming down the other trail. But these are the only 2, and you can only cross them on foot or on mule. So I'll take you out there. It's kind of scary. I've crossed this, I don't know how many times on backpacking trips down here, and at night it's pretty scary because you can see through all the grates and it feels like you're kind of walking across the air above the water. So
You can see it's just these metal grates, and it feels like they're really flimsy and they can break, and in the dark it's kind of scary. And it kind of shakes a little bit. It's just suspended up here by cables. There's no pillars that go down into the river. It's just suspended by cables. So there's kind of a scary trail to go across, but you can see it right across there. You can see it right across there. It's cut right into the cliff. There's kind of a line, and you can hike along that, and it connects these two trails. So it's pretty cool. Here's the Colorado River carving the bottom of the canyon. So we're about to pass over the water. Right out here to the middle. And you see these cables that are holding it up. They're not that big, and they're just suspending it up in the air. So there's looking downriver, and this flows to Nevada and then California and Arizona, and eventually it used to go to the Gulf of California, I think, down through Mexico, but the Colorado River, because so many people pull water from it in Phoenix and Las Vegas and LA, the water doesn't reach there anymore. It just disappears before it gets there. But here's the big river, and you can see the other footbridge right over there, the black one that you can walk across. Having fun?
Yep.
Film me some. Okay guys, I'm gonna try and do this. The wind's blowing, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm on the south rim. We started way up that canyon out there on the north rim this morning at 5:30 a.m. and hiked all the way down that canyon to the river in the bottom, and then came up this canyon and climbed and popped out just now. So 26 miles and 8 hours and 58 minutes. And this is the Grand Canyon. This is a piece of it. You're only seeing maybe 10 miles wide out of 270 miles wide of canyon. But it's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance, come and visit. There's more to see as far as visitor centers on the south rim. It's harder to get to the north rim. It's pretty remote out there. To drive around, you have to go 2 or 3 hours that way, and then 2 more hours back around before you get to the first bridge you can drive across in. So to drive around takes about 4 or 5 hours. You can almost run across. Well, you can run across faster than you can drive around. So hope you enjoyed this field trip to the Grand Canyon. Hope you can hear this last part with the wind blowing, but it's been a fun hike. I'm tired. Tomorrow I'll get up and hike back the way we came. So we'll see how that goes. See you guys.